Welcome to the most recent episode of the cliMAX podcast. As you can tell, it's a little different this time. There's just me attending today. It's been hard getting a few guests and all that, so I thought, you know what, let's see how this one turns out. Still got news to report, so I'm still going to be able to do it, but this time it's going to be like one-on-one conversation, you and me. Let's get right into it. Well, the first main thing really is Brexit. So I do try and avoid talking about Brexit as much as I possibly can, but now it's getting a bit ridiculous, if anything, because not being funny, we had it was supposed to be official on the 29th of March, obviously 2019, but it is now currently, what is the date? It is currently, I think it's the 10th of May. The 10th of May, and it was supposed to be done 2 months ago. Now, obviously, everyone has their own opinion about Brexit. We should, we shouldn't. But realistically, they made a promise to us that we would be leaving the EU. David Cameron, obviously, he's not in Parliament anymore, but he wanted this election, and what happened is he was like, oh no, not being funny, it's not gone my way, they all voted to leave, I wanted to stay in. Don't make the election then, mate. Don't make the election if that's the way you feel. So now Theresa May, fair play to her, stepped in, not really done the best job, has she now, but she stepped in, and it's all just gone a bit wrong for everyone involved. Us, the Parliament, everyone who's involved have fucked it, really. But apparently it should be sorted by the end of May. But you already know what's going to happen. We're not going to leave because that's not what Parliament want to do. The people wanted it, but they don't want it. So fair enough. Whatever they say goes. But not being funny, if you just don't have the election in the first place, if you didn't want it, don't have the election. I know he's not there anymore, but don't have the election if that's if your problem is wanting to leave, like us. So that's all going wrong. So it's just making everything. No one knows what's going on. They don't know. We don't know. So everyone's kind of walking about being like, what's happening here today? Don't know. Because it could happen any time. We've got another election soon, like 2 weeks' time. But it's getting to the stage where it's boring now. Everyone needs to we just need to stop it. And if they don't want us to go, don't make us go. If they want us to go, make us go. That's the way it should be. They shouldn't keep on doing all this. Oh, yeah, we might do it this time. We might do it that time. Just do it or don't. Stop with being the pussyfooting about it. Do it or don't do it. But now I've got that out of the way. Something else was happened, which is quite a big thing, is Chelsea Football Club in the Premier League have got a transfer ban for 2 transfer windows. So obviously you have the summer transfer window, which we start in a week's time until like just before the start of the season now. And then you have your next one, which is in January, which is the whole month of January, so 31 days. And Chelsea, because they didn't sort out certain players on loan and all this and all that, and they had like 29 players out on loan when you're supposed to only have like 10, something like that. I haven't got all it up on here, but they're in big trouble. So now they can't buy anyone, and they appealed it 2 days ago, I believe, and they appealed it 2 days ago, and it got rejected. So now they can't actually buy anyone for two transfer windows, and not their owner Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, doesn't even want the club anymore. He's trying to sell him and all this, but no one's going to buy him if they can't buy anyone. And if you know Chelsea, like if you're obviously from England, you know Chelsea, and Chelsea are a buying club. They literally they're like one of the biggest spending clubs in the country. They buy and they sell and they buy and they sell. They're not there for the long run. They do it with managers all the time as well. They always buy a manager if the manager ain't doing, or they sell a manager and then they pay big money for the manager, which obviously nowadays you've got to do it. You've got your Man Cities and all that. But with not being able to buy players and their best player, Eden Hazard, wanting to leave, and all these other players wanting to leave, they've got all these players on loan who they don't even like to use. They've only got them out on loan because they don't want to sell them for they need to sell half of them. And then players don't even want to be there anymore because they want to go to the clubs they've been playing for because they know they're not going to get any game time and all this. People wanting to leave, people wanting not to stay. Even the owner don't want to be there, and they're literally like, I don't really know what else. Like, we're gonna realistically, we're gonna find out how good their manager Sarri is now. Now he's not going to be able to buy anyone. He's going to have to stick with this squad and probably sell their best player, obviously Eden Hazard. Bring back their loan players who they would like to use, and not being funny, they're going to finish in the top 4 this year. I think Arsenal, it has to be like an 8-goal swing or something like that for Arsenal to get in it. So they're going to finish 3rd or 4th. It just depends on what Tottenham do. And so that's going to be quite good. But then they're going to get more money, which they can't even spend. So they're going to get Champions League, but their players want to go to bigger clubs now because they, not being funny, the only reason they're in the Champions League is because Arsenal, Man United have been playing absolutely shit. But to be fair to Arsenal and Chelsea, of yesterday of the 9th, Thursday 9th of May 2019, it was the second leg of the semi-finals of the Europa League. Obviously, whoever wins the Europa League goes into the Champions League next year. And in the first leg, which was also in May, on the 2nd, Frankfurt, who's a German club, played Chelsea. They drew 1-1. Chelsea have the away goal. The away goal rule can be confusing, but it's not that difficult. And then Arsenal, who are at home against Valencia, who's a Spanish club, won 3-1. And then it comes to yesterday. All of a sudden, it's Chelsea versus Frankfurt. It's 1-1. They go to penalties. Kepa, who is infamous for not coming off the pitch when their manager wanted to sub him off for penalties, ends up saving the winning, to win them it. And they win in penalties. So Chelsea are through to the final. So even though they can't buy players in the next 2 transfer windows, they've somehow made it to the final. And then Valencia in Spain face Arsenal. Arsenal win 4-2. So 7-3 on aggregate to Arsenal. So Arsenal and Chelsea, two London clubs who do not like each other and have been battling for 4th place for the whole year, have ended up facing each other in the Europa League final for one last standoff. And Chelsea, they didn't play that well. It was just like, but Frankfurt have a good side, better than everyone thought they'd be. Arsenal played great. Aubameyang, Lacazette, they're 2 great strikers. But it'll be interesting that 2 clubs have made it to, from England, have made it to the Europa League final. But, so in April 30th, Ajax versus Tottenham in Tottenham's new stadium. Ajax win 1-0 to get an away goal. And then that was in the first leg. This is the Champions League now, sorry. So you got UEFA Champions League, which is better than the Europa League. So Ajax beat Tottenham in their first leg. In the first leg, on 1st of May, Barcelona face Liverpool. It's in Barcelona, so in Spain. Barcelona win 3-0. Liverpool have no away goals. Barcelona have a very good chance of going through, especially when they've got Messi. Messi scores a brilliant free kick, went absolutely top corner. He had a great game there. Liverpool scored Suarez scored against his old club Liverpool, which all they were booing him, they were hating him. So it gets to the 7th of May on Tuesday. So this was 3 days ago, right? And oh my God, Liverpool, one of the best games I've ever seen, or ever seen them play especially. They win 4-0. So in Liverpool, so meaning it's 4-3 on aggregate over 2 legs. So Liverpool make it to the Champions League final. Now, the only other team basically who have done that is Liverpool when it was in 2006 and they won the whole thing. But Liverpool looked outstanding. Suarez injured Robertson quite early on in the second half, So they had to bring on Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum comes on, scores 2 goals back to straight after each other. Origi scores in the 6th minute. Sorry, So Liverpool, their best player, Mo Salah from last year and this year, top goal scorer in the Premier League. They're also missing Firmino, who's a key asset in their team. So they're starting with a front three of Mane, Origi, and Shaqiri. Origi comes on, scores in the 6th minute. Everyone's like, oh my god, they surely can't win still. They're not going to score 4. And then you've got Wijnaldum gets subbed on, scores 2 in like 5 minutes or something like that. Wijnaldum, a sub, comes on and scores 2. So it's 3-3 at this point in like the 59th minute. So it's going to go to penalties or extra time, then penalties. But apparently, an analysis before the game said to Liverpool, be on the ball, because Barcelona like to moan and they like to cry and have a little whinge about all like decisions not going their way and all this. So Liverpool took this on board. They told the ball boys and people like all the coaches and all this as well. It's in like the 70th minute or 75th minute, something like that. The ball boy, 14-year-old ball boy, it goes off for a corner, to Liverpool. Ball boy quickly throws on another ball. And then you've got Alexander-Arnold, who's a right back for Liverpool. He's taking the corner. He starts to walk away. All you see is the Barcelona fans, all the Barcelona players, which is even worse, turn around, they start moaning and they're whinging. And then you don't have to blow the whistle. The referee doesn't have to blow the whistle for them to take the corner. And then Arnold walks back over to the ball, crosses it into Origi. Remember, Origi, no one really thought he's not. He scored 6 goals in the Bundesliga the year before, scores, puts it top corner, and Liverpool go through. Oh my God, what a game. It was a great game. Liverpool literally played the best they could. And Barcelona was nowhere to be seen. But Barcelona, the year before, lost to Roma when they had a 3-goal lead. So they're not Barcelona falling off in the Champions League. England, so think about it, 3 teams in the cup final. Now we'll go back to when I was saying Ajax versus Tottenham. Ajax win 1-0. So Ajax are 1-0 up. And then you've got Ajax who score two more goals. So they're 3-0 up at this point. So they're 3-0 up. Ajax, young team, very good young team. They've got players like De Jong, De Ligt, Onana's quite a good goalkeeper. They've got all players like this. Tadic, who's had a great game, great season for them. Ajax have scored about 170 goals this year and stuff like that. Then out of nowhere, Lucas Moura scores a hat-trick. So this means on the away goals, Tottenham go through. But like that's all well and good. They're 3-0 down and they come back to draw 3-3. There was 96 minutes to be played, so 6 minutes added on. No, 95. Sorry. It literally turned 95th minute. Lucas Moura scores in the 95th minute. It clocks over to 95. Lucas Moura is put in the bottom corner. Now, I actually couldn't believe it. Everyone was like, all the Tottenham fans were going mental. So this means in the Europa Champions League Cup final, you have Tottenham versus Liverpool, and this is the first time in both European competitions that 4 teams from one country are going to be in the cup final. So English football is dominating again. Come on, England. I know it was it's been a great week for the sport in both Europa League and in the Champions League. Liverpool and Tottenham playing great games. Chelsea playing all right, and then Arsenal playing well. But I'm still speechless now. I can't believe I don't support any of them. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Crystal Palace fan, but to be 3-0 down to a Barcelona team who dominated you the game before, to come back and win 4-0, like Liverpool looked unstoppable. They just the way they just thought about it is that we need to score more goals, so they just went all out. They kept on scoring, and then all of a sudden, Alexander-Arnold, quick thinking from the ball boy as well, crosses it in, Origi scores, great game. Great game for Liverpool. And then I think Tottenham have one bettered it by scoring in literally the last second. Someone to get a hat-trick, Ajax are still a good side, but they're nothing of the history of what. Well, no, I guess they do, but nothing like what Barcelona have. With they've got Leo Messi, probably the greatest footballer to ever walk the planet. And then you've got Ajax, who they're a young squad. It was good. I feel like Ajax deserved the way they've played and the way they've always been aggressive and they've played the right way and all this. But Tottenham on the night obviously was a better team. They played well, especially they were missing their main man Harry Kane. But now it comes down to, I don't know when the final is. I feel like it's in June. Yeah, June the 1st is the Champions League final. And then for the Europa League, it's the 29th of May in Baku, which, this was a bit of a stir. So the Baku Stadium, what they're playing in, is in Azerbaijan. And apparently it's like, you can't get a straight flight to there, so you have to get like 3 flights to get there or something like that, which is already pathetic. And with apparently this Baku Stadium, the Baki Olympian Stadion, that is a nearly 70,000 seater stadium, and Chelsea and Arsenal fans are only allowed to bring 6,000 each, which makes 12,000. So I don't know why they're not allowed to bring more. But it seems like a waste of a stadium spot. But that's now hopefully that they'll be allowed to bring more fans because they deserve it. They've got to the Europa League final. Like, I know everyone does mug it off like, you're playing Thursday nights and all this, but not being funny. Some teams they deserve to be in that final, and not being funny. You have to play in it to win it. And I'd rather a trophy than no trophy at the end of the season, to be honest with you. Like, look at Man United, they're going to end up with nothing, and everyone above them is going to they potentially could end up with a trophy, but they'll win cup finals, or then you got Man City, who probably might be winning the treble. Then you got the Champions League Champions League game final, which is going to be played in Madrid, which is obviously a bit different. It's in this Bernabeu, which that should be a good game. But now, this is risky considering it's on camera. So the Chelsea-Arsenal game, I'm going to give you my predictions on what I think the final is going to be. So the Chelsea-Arsenal games, I can't remember exactly what they've been, but I feel like if we're talking pure Europa League, Arsenal have been a better side than Chelsea. Chelsea getting through on penalties, Arsenal absolutely dominating Valencia. Petr Cech playing his last game for Arsenal against his former club Chelsea in his last ever game. But Arsenal missing Aaron Ramsey, but then they've got Aubameyang and Lacazette. Chelsea haven't really got a striker. Defence seems a bit shaky. Eden Hazard wants to go, so he even said on an interview after the game yesterday, saying, "I'll try my best if this is my last game." But there's a video going around which says, where they go, "I'll stay at Chelsea, Eden," like these 2 young boys, and he shakes his head and goes, "No," or something, and then drives off. But anyway, prediction. I feel like it's gonna be a close game because it always is between Chelsea and Arsenal. Chelsea do well in finals, but then Arsenal beat them in the FA Cup final a couple of years ago. I'll say I'm going to say Arsenal win 2-1. Yeah, I'll say Arsenal win 2-1. Now, Tottenham Liverpool. It is a tough one because I was watching a video earlier, which is Statman Dave, which is a YouTuber who knows quite a bit about football, and he was saying Tottenham have a better chance than everyone thinks they do. But then yet again, it depends how, like he's saying, it depends how fit Harry Kane is, and if it's just it depends how fit Harry Kane is, what formation they play, how they come out at Liverpool, because Liverpool are a very big pressing side. Tottenham can press, but then when they play with Harry Kane, they seem to try and just play as Harry Kane, and not when you got Heung-min Son and Lucas who scored a hat trick, and then you got players like that. But recently they're playing a 4-3-1-2. But if they play 4-2-3-1, it might be better for them and all this. But then you've got Liverpool, I said, a great pressing side. Salah will probably be back. Firmino will probably be back. Van Dijk probably the best defender in the world at the moment. There's 0 people dribble past him in the past like nearly 2 years now or something like that. Even Messi, who dribble past anyone. But I think I'm going to... Harry Kane apparently has got an ankle injury, but might rule him out, but he was running about yesterday. But it's Harry Kane, isn't it? I'm going to say 2-0 Liverpool. Just because I feel like they are the better footballing side. When you think about it, in the league, Liverpool have got they're going to get like 97 points maximum without winning the league. And not many teams actually do that.